This video is about bass. Imagine yourself at a festival. Okay, maybe not right now, because everyone would just be coughing in your face and tell you how the government is lying to us, and masks are there just to make us choke to death, and the lockdown.
Lockdown.
Yeah, I think you know what kind of theories I mean. No, imagine yourself at a festival a year ago or 2 years ago, I don't care. You're with your friends. Okay, let's just assume you have friends, and you're having 1 or 2 glasses of milk, and then of course, because that milk drips straight into your bladder, you gotta pee. Going to the toilet. Everything smells bad. In the worst case, you even gotta wait in line. Ugh. Well, you get inside, everything smells bad. You don't want to touch anything. Oof. You're just lucky you don't have to take a shit. And after that, you come outside. Ugh. Smells better, feels better. I mean, everything is better than being tortured in this gas chamber. Okay, maybe I shouldn't make jokes about gas chambers because I'm German. But now you get that image, I mean, that feeling of the festival. And now you're still on the camping area, and you can feel the bass from the festival area already. Go with your friends to the festival area, or alone, because no one of your friends wants to see Don Diablo. Well, you arrive, main stage, food, drinks, heaven. Nobody cares about what you're wearing or doing, how wasted you are. Freedom. And there's one thing you could already feel from the camping area. It's like so dominant, like the girl from last night's dream. The bass. Well, if you couldn't hear it, then either the sound engineers of your festival are bad, or you're just simply wasted. Too much milk, huh? But what is that body-moving, satisfying thing called bass? Well, the fast way to describe it, low frequencies. But because I assume no one of you is a physicist like me, I will try to describe it a slight different way. So there's this thing called double bass, or also called contrabass. It's an instrument looking like a huge violin. That string instrument was the first thing to create only the sound of bass. Some dude in the 16th century must have been like Mr. Beast. I created the biggest violin. And probably put of course in Jesus' name in the title, so the church wouldn't hang him. Though, after that, it got used a lot in classical orchestra. I don't know how I got from stinky toilets to classic orchestra. But they had bad hygiene at that time as well, so that's something. From there on, the bass didn't evolve much as like other instruments. I mean, the violin today is still the same as the violin 500 years ago.
9/11 was an inside job.
Okay, chill. I'm sorry, I'll take that back. What I meant was the violin still has its basic shape. You know what? You can kind of compare it to sax. I mean, some Neanderthaler was like, damn, that's dope. I mean, we still do it kind of the same way. Then there was Louis Armstrong. No, not the guy who went to the moon, but the guy who actually thought 1930 was a time to sing "What a Wonderful World." Dude hasn't even seen flying cars yet. I mean, we neither. That's the reason why we don't sing "What a Wonderful World." Well, he was sitting at home one day and was thinking about new instruments, but then he said, fuck it, I'm rich, so why should I be innovative? Well, there was another dude living at the same time, Paul Tutmarc. He tried to come up with something new, so he just fused the known electric guitar with the contrabass I just told you about. Now he got an electric bass. I don't know if you ever heard about Fender. I think it's kind of a small company. You should check it out. So now everybody had electric bass. They were used in almost every genre, from jazz, reggae. I mean, all the stuff people were vibing to in the 1930s. It was very common to use them. The difference between that electric bass and electric guitar is simply that the guitar has commonly 6 strings and the bass usually 4 thick ones. That doesn't mean there are no variations. There are basses with 2, 3 or 5 strings, but the thing that they have all in common is they're thick, because that's how they produce the deep sound we are looking for. Thin strings create high notes, and if you ever played with your strings on your hoodie, then you should know the different strings sound different. We're not going to talk about suspense on the strings because that's a whole different topic. And now a little lesson of physics for non-physics. Okay, it's summer. You're at a party, you see a friend, but the dance floor is right between you and them. In this scenario, we just assume as well you have friends and are invited to a big party with a lot of people. That just makes things easier. You make your way through the crowd easily because you're thin. You go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh the gaps and maybe hit 1 or 2 people, who then hit another person. Oh no, he spilled his drink, whatever. 2, maybe 3 layers of people got forced to move because of you. You make it to your friends and you want to start chatting, but then you hear your ex-girlfriend. She saw you. And she, let's just say, has a huge personality. She tries to make her way over to you through the crowd. She pushes away one person. That guy stumbles into another and so on. Yeah, like probably the whole crowd is moving only because she wants to get over to you. Well, I don't know how the story ends. I mean, this is your ex-girlfriend. Probably you come crawling back to her. But, well, the essence of the story is she moved a lot of people in the crowd and you moved only a few. That's what frequencies kind of are. Big waves move further and slower, and small waves move shorter but faster. You could ask, Luke, why didn't you just tell us the story by water? Well, because I didn't want to. Okay, get it? That is why you hear the bass from the festival in your tent, but not the melody. Except the bass is the melody, of course. I mean, when you're in your tent, you still hear from the festival the bass, because this is the thick, long-traveling frequency. But the melodies are often high frequencies who just, don't come as far as your tent stands. Now your favorite DJ is coming on stage, but what? He has no electric guitar? It's the last thing we talked about. He has nothing with him, he is just touching a few knobs and buttons. Well, he just made everything before this event. Artists use virtual instruments nowadays, so-called plugins or VSTs. This is able to create waves like your ex-girlfriend. But now the producer can decide what shape those waves have and how thick and thin they are. Here are some examples. Ooh, now imagine a nice kick on that. Now there's multiple genres evolving from this basic instrument, like the iconic bass line from Goa and Psytrance. Or the jumpy bass from Deep House. Then there is hardstyle. Now when you go to a festival and had a few glasses of milk, you could tell someone, wow, that's like my ex-girlfriend coming through the crowd. Or don't. Yeah, you shouldn't say that. Because, well, it doesn't sound that good. Why did I use this analogy instead of water again? I should rethink that. I hope you liked this video, and I mean liked like. Pressing the like button. And subscribe for my music. If you want more videos about certain topics in music, yeah, just hit me up on Instagram. Alright, see ya.